Yes, I did meet Michael Jackson's ghost in the hotel. Thank you for asking.
What did he say to you?
He was like, when's the new season coming out? I was like, Michael! Because, this hotel that we're at is where Michael held Baby Blanket off the terrace.
Okay.
And so his ghost haunts these halls. And desperate to find out what's happening in season 6 of Orange is the New Black. He's freaking out. He was in his loafers, white socks, and he was like, they're in Max. That's so crazy. So it was... I love Michael. It was so incredible to talk to him and hear he was a fan of the show. It was amazing.
So if you had to sort of tell Michael what is happening in the new series of Orange is the New Black, what can you kind of tell him?
I would say Michael Jackson. I will give you spoilers because you're a ghost. That was one of the things I would say. But I'll give you the abbreviated version. Because I don't trust that you're a middleman or a medium, frankly. But I say that kindly. That the stakes are much higher this season. Obviously, it's not going to be a consequence-free thing to blow up a prison and have a guard killed. Nobody is going to escape that unscathed. And I think we're really going to see a lot about loyalty and kind of paranoia. We're going to continue to sort of highlight injustice and how broken the system is. And I think it's a really extraordinary season.
I mean, you've moved sets as well.
Yes.
What's that kind of been like?
Well, I mean, aesthetically speaking, it was really exciting to see. I mean, they did such a gorgeous job with the new set. And it's really pretty wild in there. Like, you can feel how scary and real it is. And I think for us, it just, it gives us it's like we really know who the characters are and how to play them, but it's almost like a breath of fresh air. I think it really reinvigorated us with kind of having to figure it out. I think for the fans of the show, it'll feel similarly, re-energized and like nothing is familiar. Except for the relationships, really.
I mean, you talked about injustice and highlighting injustice. Is that something that's quite important to you about the show?
Yeah, I would say that it really, it's important to feel like that's the dream, right? Is to feel like your work has some meaning. I mean, clearly it's a very surreal existence in the first place. But the fact that there's such deep suffering happening, and I would say, especially in this moment right now, speaking as an American, unfortunately, it's really it's a very disturbing and heart-wrenching time to be a person and to feel like at work it's kind of these injustices are being highlighted and made personal for people so that they don't feel like anonymous, situations like the, immigration or racism or LGBT rights or women's rights. The fact that this is a show that really is deeply humanizing in all those ways makes it feel at least slightly more meaningful to be alive.
I mean, with the show, it has done so much for inclusion and things like that, women's rights, prison reform. If Trump was watching the show, what would you like him to kind of take away from it?
My hope would be, I guess, that, he would maybe back out of the room slowly while watching the show and then maybe walk down some stairs and then continue to walk down into the 7th layer of hell as he continued to descend and just disappear forever. So that would be my hopeful reaction. I'm not sure that he would be fully capable of grasping that human beings are real. I would say that's probably one of his greatest narcissistic, sociopathic shortcomings, is not really being able to understand that causing such real pain to people is devastating. So I think, the very thing that the show highlights so beautifully, I'm not sure is something he's capable of comprehending, unfortunately.
I mean, with going into Max, How does your character adapt to it, do you think?
I mean, I think that sort of Nikki's sassy mouth and quick wit and has always been really an ally for her at Litchfield, kind of establishing relationships and almost, navigating the power dynamics through that, through her mind in some way, is kind of her superpower more than, being strong or anything like that. And I think that in Max, that may actually prove to be a bit of a defect, that it's exactly the sort of thing that might get her in trouble. So I think she's going to have to try to, wire it a bit so that she can become a bit more of a chess player and a little bit less, brain to mouth.
It's been such kind of defining role for you. Did you feel quite protective of her?
Oh, yeah, I do. I definitely feel like, like Nicky Nichols is right here, and I think I feel that way actually doubly so about some of, the other characters on the show, like, Samira Wiley, Pusey Washington. I'm like, or like, I love Taylor so much. I'm like, that's, I really am very in love with our cast, with Danielle Brooks, with Uzo, with Laura, like they really, Kate Mulgrew, my little Yael just had a baby, little Lorna made a baby in Australia. I'm like, I haven't seen the baby, I've seen photos. The baby's apparently been wearing socks on its hands, which makes no sense, so you can't do that.
It's been commissioned for sort of 7 seasons. Would you like to see it go on, or would you think 7's a good time to bow out? Or?
I think that, I'm grateful it's not my job to make those kinds of decisions. Really, I just like, playing a crossword puzzle and taking it easy. So I feel like I really trust Genji Cohan and Netflix to sort of see what they feel is the right way to tell the story. But, I could go on. I pretty much just, sit at home until someone shows up and takes me somewhere.
And sort of finally, you get to do so much different stuff in the show. Is there anything that your character hasn't done yet that you'd really like to see and have a go at?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I guess Sleep with Dayanara is the only thing I could really think of. Now I'm just thinking of it, so you lost me. Hey, Michael. He's in here with us, so that's exciting. Yeah, I think I will name my baby Blanket.
Fantastic.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.